So Liam Gallagher has now released his second album, Why Me, Why Not? So let's have a quick look at it. Fittingly worn the correct t-shirt for today. Now if you're one of the regulars around here, you may notice we got a bit of a new setup. There's so much room for activities. So yes, I have been moving into here, so this is going to be a bit of a quicker review for now, and don't know if this setup's going to stay the same. Just first thing I could think of doing, so let's just get into the review because I'm sure nobody cares that much about me. Well, it really doesn't seem that long since we got Liam Gallagher's last album, As You Were, even though it was 2017, so it's been a couple of years now. At the time I did feel a bit disappointed with that first solo album, but looking back on it, it's quite decent. I think it's going to be the same with this again, because there's the danger with Liam Gallagher. He's always going to be compared to Oasis. And the truth is, with Noel Gallagher not writing anymore and the general hype for Britpop going downhill quite a bit, he's never going to quite be on that level again, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, look at him as an individual artist rather than as Oasis. But that being said, Liam Gallagher's never been one for massive variety. He's still continuing with that classic Britpop sound into this new album. Although it has been a bit updated, I feel, to bring it into a bit more of the modern world, a bit more like indie rock and pop rock, which should really come in and replace Britpop. Now this is a very distinctively Liam Gallagher album. He's got that classic and unique sound that you can instantly tell is him, with his vocals and his soft rock sound. You can tell that easily in songs like River and One of Us are two of the best examples. This really does sound a bit like classic rock and roll that's been a bit more chilled out and a bit updated for the modern age. And then in songs like Shockwave you can see a bit of his punk influences on this album. He talked quite a bit about them in interviews coming up to this album, like focusing on bands like the Sex Pistols and the Stooges. He wanted to make this a bit more of a punk rock album, and while yes, it is a bit notable in some songs, it never really came to a full fruition. So I was a bit disappointed by that, to be honest. Like, yes, there's a bit of a punk vibe on this album, which is a bit different from Liam Gallagher's previous stuff, but it's certainly not a punk rock album by any stretch of the imagination. The album's mostly full of nice, smooth and chill rock and roll, such as in the calm acoustic song Meadow, which I quite like, and in the very 90s sounding love ballad Now I Found You. This all makes for nice, calm listening. It's very easy to have on in the background. But all this nice, calm music just doesn't really quite stand out to me. It's all quite good and I do like it, but it's just calm songs in general for me, just they don't stand out. Like when I was listening through this album, I could have honestly felt like I was listening to the same song on repeat for 4 or 5 times. It's all good music, but it's not particularly distinctive or noteworthy. And yeah, you could certainly argue that as the point of this album, but Liam Gallagher said in interviews this is meant to be a very in-your-face album. And a lot of this music is not in your face at all. Rather, it's just happily sitting away in the background, getting a bit of attention, but not. It is quite a decent album, it's pretty good, but there's not much new or interesting about it. I think that's because Liam Gallagher knows his audience. It's the classic 80s fans. You got the new generation like my age looking back at that 90s nostalgia and wishing they were in that time. And then you got those middle-aged men who don't connect with modern pop music. They want the classic music that they grew up with. That's his fans. He knows his audience. He's not going to expand into new markets, so he's just going for them. He's playing it safe. Maybe there's even a danger that this is too much of a classic Liam Gallagher sounding album. A fair bit of it sounds like it could have been on his previous album or any of the classic Oasis albums. There's just not too much new or interesting going on with the songs. And I do feel Liam Gallagher has lost some of the nostalgia and novelty that he had with his first solo album, which had a lot of hype around it. So while I do feel if you are one of those classic Oasis fans, you like Liam Gallagher's solo album, you'll certainly probably enjoy this album. But if you're not really one of those big fans, you're maybe a bit more of a casual fan, I'd only really say listen to the singles and that's all you need. So I'm going to give this album 3 stars overall, which is a bit dangerous because whenever I don't give things super high ratings, I get a fair few dislikes. It's like a good album, I enjoyed listening to it, but I don't feel I'm going to go out of my way to listen to it again. Like if it comes up on shuffle, I'll leave it on, but I'm not going to deliberately skip forward to any of these songs. So that's my thoughts on this album. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Comment down below, let me know what you thought of the album. And as always, like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next video.